the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News
It
Now.
was crucial that we pass this bill today.
If we all know we're not going to incarcerate our way out of this, let's not incarcerate our way out of this.
Tonight, on a controversial bill targeting DC's rising crime overwhelmingly passes in council. The back and forth over whether this is the right approach to curbing violence in the nation's capital.
Plus, should Virginia's second largest county be allowed to make big decisions on data center projects before Election Day? That question up for a vote tonight. What was decided and why?
Calling all animal lovers. A Maryland shelter overwhelmed by how many dogs they're taking in. How you can help them lighten the load.
Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Tasmeen Mahfouz.
Hi, everybody. I'm Chris Flanagan, and developing tonight, D.C. Council passing new emergency legislation aimed at curbing violent crime in the district. So right now, homicide rates are up 17% compared to this time last year. The bill makes it easier to hold violent suspects before trial. It also creates a new felony charge for people who fire a gun in public space. Our Mariel Carbone live outside the Wilson building for us tonight.
Yeah, and Mariel, this legislation passed as a council goes on a 2-month summer recess this Friday.
Yeah, that's right, which is why council passed this as an emergency, bypassing that typical 2-vote process. Now, this will go into effect for the next 90 days. And although there was overwhelming support in that vote today, those who are against this still have concerns about the lasting impact.
We're going to have the ability to destroy people's lives.
And that's what Councilmember Janice Lewis-George believes council is doing by passing the Prioritizing Public Safety Emergency Amendment Act of 2023.
If we all know we're not going to incarcerate our way out of this, let's not incarcerate our way out of this.
The bill, which passed 12-1, in part expands the ability for judges to hold an adult or juvenile accused of a violent crime in jail pre-trial. Lewis-George fears this will lead to mass incarceration of Black and brown people, a repeat of the tough-on-crime laws of the 90s, and do serious damage to families.
If you're a parent, you have the potential of your children being taken from you. If you have a job, you have the potential of being fired.
It was crucial that we pass this bill today.
But Councilmember Brooke Pinot, who is the sponsor of the bill, says the measure is necessary to improve public safety, as the number of homicides this year hits 129.
When we think about case closures, this bill will help to make sure that people for the most violent crimes are held.
No, I don't think anything was given enough consideration today.
Emily Casamides with the DC Justice Lab is frustrated. She says the bill was rushed.
Mayor Bowser and Councilmember Pinto said that they believed this bill would make a real difference. So I'm going to be counting those 90 days, and I'm going to be looking at them to prove that this bill is making the difference that they say it is.
And the bill also increases transparency and data sharing, as well as expands the private security rebate camera program that the district has. And Chris and Tasmeen, as we mentioned, it's only for 90 days right now. So Councilmember Brooke Pinot says she's working on legislation that will be permanent that she can introduce in the fall. Reporting live from the Wilson building tonight, I'm Mariel Carbone, DC News Now.
Mariel, thank you for that update. Meanwhile, Mayor Bowser applauding today's vote, saying in part the legislation will fill gaps in our criminal justice system, and in doing so will increase accountability for violent and criminal behavior and make our cities safer.
Yeah, so hours before the crime bill vote, DC police announced an arrest in the murder of a Kentucky teacher at Catholic University.
Yeah, we're also learning more about that accused killer. Today, police arrested and charged 22-year-old Jamie Masita with first-degree murder. They say he shot to death 25-year-old Maxwell Emerson last Wednesday morning while Emerson was in town for a conference.
Yeah, so we're still waiting to confirm what led up to the shooting. DC police told us last week the suspect knew Emerson, but Emerson's mother tells DC News Now the shooting was completely random. DC police say they'll release more details soon.
All new tonight, Prince William's County Board of Supervisors fails to pass a controversial measure.
Yeah, so it comes during a controversy around building new data centers in the county. And at the center of the debate, should a project called the Digital Gateway be off limits between Election Day and the start of 2024? So our Northern Virginia Bureau reporter Max Marcillo joins us live from the County Government Center. And Max, tonight there was actually a proposal that would stop any movement on this project, but it got voted down.
Yeah, it was all 5 Democrats who voted this proposal down. Now, what it would have done was make sure that in the period between November 7th and January 1st, that no public hearings on any land use items could be held. Of course, that includes that controversial digital gateway plan. But it was a 5-3 vote in opposition to it. Again, all 5 Democrats voting against it. Now, the board's chair, a Democrat, Ann Wheeler, who has already lost an election. She lost her primary just a couple of weeks ago. She will be able to, if she chooses, schedule a public hearing on any of these land use issues, even as a lame duck in that November to January period. Now, Ann Wheeler says that's just good governance, something that the people elected her for a term, and it's her job to serve the entirety of that term. But Supervisor Janine Lawson, who is also the Republican candidate for the board chair, says she is skeptical. Do you see any way it could come up for a vote before then?
Well, if it's handled properly through the planning department, it won't come up for a vote. But right now, we have a chair that is so bought and paid for by the data development. She's walking out the door on December 31st, which we already know, and I wouldn't put anything past her.
So that's her perspective. We just, within the last 30 minutes, got a chance to speak with board chair Ann Wheeler about why she voted the way she did and if she plans to make a public hearing for that digital gateway project. You'll hear more from her and the people who lined up all afternoon to speak on either sides of this controversial issue. You'll hear from them on DC News Now at 10. Reporting live in Prince William County, Max Marcella, DC News Now.
A lot happening tonight, Max. Thank you. All right, turning to weather, it remains hot and dry. Parts of Maryland actually under a drought watch right now. Meteorologist Damon Matson in for Chief Meteorologist Janessa Webb.
Yeah, and Damon, this is getting pretty serious. We definitely need more rain.
Yeah, we definitely do, guys. And this really stems from the fact that earlier this year, we didn't have a lot of snow during the winter months that could melt into the ground and supply that groundwater. And then we had a very dry spring. So this is the latest drought monitor we have. The latest update will come out on Thursday, reflecting that here we are. We still have severe and moderate drought conditions across much of Maryland into the district as well, because again, we are still behind on rainfall for the entire year, even though we've had those storms around the area a little more frequently the last couple of weeks. We're still at a rainfall deficit. Now, of course, today we didn't get any help in that regard. We had very clear, quiet conditions that continue into the night tonight. And really, as we move along here, not much is going to change there as high pressure continues to give us those clear skies and very quiet conditions. Now, the heat of the day we had earlier on, that also holds pretty steady for a while here. We'll have mild low temperatures in the upper 60s to low 70s. But as we move along here with time, well, it looks like rain chances hold off for at least one more day as we kick off your Wednesday morning with a lot of sunshine with those mild temperatures as well. The good news during this whole time, at least, is the fact that humidity levels continue to remain on the low side of things. But right about the time you feel that mugginess dialing back up, well, that's when we're going to start to have shower and storm chances back in the forecast. Will they help make a dent in our current drought conditions? We'll have a full check of that forecast coming up in just a bit.
All right, developing now at 9, the Montgomery County Council hosting its first anti-hate task force meeting. Our Michaela Newton is live in Montgomery County at the Wheaton Library where this meeting took place tonight. And Michaela, the task force is about combating a rise in hate and bias incidents.
Right. Well, Councilmember Evan Glass called for this anti-hate task force back in February when there was a rise in hate crimes in the county. So now he hopes that this task force will make sure that everyone in the county feel safe, welcome, and seen in the community. The county council voted unanimously 2 weeks ago to create the task force to combat hate crimes in the county.
When I first proposed this idea, there was a spike in anti-Semitic acts all throughout this county and the region. There were anti-LGBTQ attacks throughout the region as well, and I knew we needed to do something. And over the course of the months it took to establish this task force, unfortunately there have been more acts of hate and violence in our community.
According to the Montgomery County Police Department, last year there were 157 bias incidents in the county, which is an almost 10% increase over the 143 incidents reported in 2021. Just this past weekend in Brookville, police say a construction sign was hacked to show racist messages. Last month, several Pride and Ukrainian flags were burned in multiple Silver Spring neighborhoods. And at the beginning of the year, anti-Semitism hit Montgomery County schools.
We stand by, ready to help inform those proposals to the degree to which those proposals or legislation has an impact or a nexus with the schools. We stand by, ready to support that and execute that in whatever way possible.
The task force is made up of about 30 members, each of them from different backgrounds and communities.
Our congregation has experienced our flags being torn down and some property damage, and it has become, for Montgomery County, it's become a place where people think of it as such a liberal county, and there's now just a feeling of not being safe.
So tonight was the first of 8 anticipated meetings. The next final meeting that will be in person. Reporting in Montgomery County.
All right, Michaela, thank you. And an Amtrak train that derailed at Union Station could impact tomorrow morning's commute. At last check, trains are still canceled between D.C. and Richmond and delayed to and from Alexandria. So this morning, crews responded to 2 cars that derailed but were upright in the tunnel. The derailed cars did not have any passengers. Once on scene, the train's passengers were taken to La Infant Plaza Metro. The passengers were all safe, but definitely not an ideal situation.
We were expecting to just have a 5-hour trip down to New York.
Yeah. The worst thing was I missed a work meeting that I was supposed to join virtually.
So medics took one Amtrak employee to the hospital for a minor medical condition. No word yet, though, on when the trains will be running smoothly again. Of course, we'll keep you updated.
All new tonight, Virginia is not investing enough money into its public schools. That according to a new study from state watchdog agency J. Lark. The report says the state spends roughly $1,900 less per student compared to most other states. J. Lark also says the state's formula for funding schools underestimates actual school division costs.
And happening now, Montgomery County Animal Services, they're looking for people to adopt. Now, the Darewood Adoption Center is at critical capacity, particularly for dogs 40 pounds and over. County's Animal Services office says that this is the first time since they first opened the center back in 2018 that things have been this bad for this long. Take a listen.
We have averaged well over 100 dogs as our daily population for months now, and have just sort of been treading water, and it's not getting better.
So the adoption center says between the start of the year and June 30th, more than 1,100 dogs came through the shelter. That's compared to 916 dogs during the same time period last year. Now, to help, the adoption center is waiving adoption fees for the next 50 dogs adopted. The shelter also says even temporarily fostering a large dog will help.